Hey folks, JR, back for another episode of Echoes of Shannon Street Case File. It's going to be episode 94, TBI Blood ID. Alright, so we're going to go through the stuff that Memphis sent to TBI. Now this particular next few episodes are just going to deal with the blood, where the blood was at, and what type of blood it is. And don't forget now, this is the early 80s, so there ain't no DNA, and we ain't gonna be able to do anything to exactly identify whose blood is where. All we can do is blood type. So we're gonna do that, and we'll see where it takes us. It's probably gonna be 3 or 4 episodes just to do the blood stuff, because there's so many items submitted. And then after that, we'll get into the ballistics, because TBI is going to go through all the guns. All right, folks, let's jump into this. All right, first page here, TBI Forensic Services Crime Laboratory, dated June 13, 1983. That's when they've completed their report. As you can see there, top part of the page, right above the exhibit numbers, they're showing the date they received it, January 31st. So it took them obviously a few months to do this. Now this first page here, you've got listed the 4 M16 rifles, and then you've got 2 870 shotguns and 4 .38 caliber revolvers. And on this first page, they identify Swill and Hester's pistols. All the rest of them are not identified. I'll try to do that for you as best I can. Now, on the M16 rifles, I don't know who had which rifle by serial number. It may be in there somewhere. But right now, it's inconsequential, because we're going to deal with blood, not ballistics. When we do the ballistics part down the road, I'll dig back through there and try to make sure we know which M16 was in the hands of which TAC officer. Okay, then at the bottom of the page, number 12, that's where they start with the blood samples. And it starts out with Hester. All right. Next page, you just see they've got listed the blood samples from the 7 suspects and then from the other police officers. Now this listing is just how MPD gave it to them. For example, number 18 blood sample from Michael Coleman. TBI said that's a blood sample from Michael Coleman because MPD says it is. All TBI is going to do is take that blood sample, and they're going to break it down and identify blood type just like the ME did. Now for this particular episode, we're only going down to number 28. So as you can see, 24 to 28, you've got the nightstick and the 2 battery covers, transit level, and then the Kell light, and then the badge. And all those items were in the living room, if I'm not mistaken, sitting on the that hanging coffee table. Okay, now number 9. Item number 9, which is Swill's pistol. They're showing human blood staining. It also says, though, that further tests were inconclusive. In other words, so they got blood on there, they don't know whose blood, or I should say, rather, they don't know what blood type is on that pistol, but there was blood on it. Number 10, showing the presence of human blood staining. Now, that one, they're saying the blood type is O. Now, TBI is not saying O negative, O positive. They're just giving O. So the list of people that could have given O-type blood that could be on that pistol, that list would be Hester, Aiken, Lindbergh, Sanders, Larnell, Sanders, Coleman, and Houston. That's the ones who have O-type blood. Now, since that's Hester's pistol, you could probably be pretty confident that most or all that blood is his. But anyways, in terms of the big picture, that's the list of possibilities. Now, the only one you could rule off of that page probably would be Aiken, because Russ Aiken never got far enough up into the house to have left any blood on Hester's pistol. Other than him, though, obviously it's possible anybody else on that list could have left blood. All right. Next page. Blood type in here, 15B, which is Ray Swiel. So his blood type is A. 16 is Lindbergh Sanders. He's O. And we got 17, Larnell Sanders is O. Now, if you'll look on TBI's report, they don't have his blood type. I guess they just forgot to type it in or had a boo-boo or something. So what I did was I went back to the autopsies and pulled Larnell Sanders, and the ME says his blood type was O. Now, I didn't add the positive or negative. The ME indicates whether they're positive or negative. The reason I didn't add it for this is because TBI is not showing it, so it won't really make a difference for the purposes of what we're doing here. All right, and then go down through there. 18 is Michael Coleman. Then you got David Jordan. You see asterisk by him because his was left out as well on number 19. And then 20 is Andrew Houston. All right, 21, as you can see, TBI didn't put Cassell Harris's blood type in there either. So that tells me that either some of this work was done on early Monday morning and somebody was hung over from the weekend, or it happened late on Friday evening and somebody was in a hurry to get out of the lab. But anyways, enough about that. So we got Earl Thomas, 22. Cassell Harris was B. I was so busy haranguing TBI, I forgot to give you Harris's blood type. Anyways, Thomas is A, and then number 23, Tommy Turner, he's B. All right, 24 is the nightstick, and they are saying, TBI says, it indicates the presence of human blood staining. Sample is insufficient for further test. 25 there, that's going to be the 2 battery covers. TBI says test indicated presence of human blood staining. Results of further test inconclusive. 26, the 1 transit level, they're saying that human blood staining present, and they're saying it's O-type blood. They're saying any further tests were inconclusive, so O-type blood. This is everyone who had O-type blood that was submitted to TBI. So you got Ulcer Hester and Ulcer Aiken, and you got Lindbergh Sanders, Larnell Sanders, and you got Coleman, you got Houston. So it could be any of the four whose blood is present, or more than one, obviously. Number 27, which is the flashlight. Now, I'm assuming that's the flashlight on the hanging coffee table, the one that they used primarily to beat Ulcer Hester to death. It says there was human blood staining, and it says it was type O blood. Same list. And I would say there's a good possibility that most, if not all, that blood is Bobby Hester's. And then we've got number 28, which is a badge. That's Bobby Hester's badge. That was on the hanging coffee table in the living room as well. Says there was blood on it. Results of further tests were inconclusive. And I'm pretty sure most of that blood, if not all of it, is Bobby Hester's as well. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode. And we'll be back in a few days, and we'll do some more blood stuff. We've got a few more episodes on it. And then after that, we'll go to the ballistics and see what TBI had to say about all that. Folks, I do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in with me here as I continue to claw my way through medical information that I can barely grasp at. But anyways, obviously the pages are on here, so any of you that can read Latin or otherwise understand multisyllable words, it's there for you to look at and digest. All right, folks, until then, I will see you down the road.